All I've ever wanted to do really was kind of make a living out of music or with music, doing music, you know?
As soon as I sold my flat and said, right, I don't want to be a house owner anymore, right, I'm going to live in a van, learn to play a saxophone and start when I was 36, that's quite late. And then I said to myself, right, that's it. You know, when I chewed through all the money, I played 5 hours a day, taught myself, got all the, you know, some DVDs that I could get, all the help I could get, listen to all the sax players, you know, Parker and Webster and Lester Young and all these kind of people, Coltrane and what have you. And, you know, started to play with it. And as soon as I saw it as a job, I took it serious, you know, because once that money had run out, that 100,000 was gone, bang. That was it, I had to go out on the street. And I did. You know, when you're trying to do it for a living, it rains a lot in this country. So the average might only be about 3 or 4 days actual playing that you can get. Now, for someone like me, I live in a van, so if I can make £30 a day, that's effectively about £10 a day when you talk about the car parking and travel money, yeah? Then that's enough for me just to get by. You know, so I'm literally living on a shoestring, yeah? In the summer, sometimes I have to do other things. You know, I enjoy stone wall a bit occasionally, or do odd jobs, a bit of building work here and there, you know? But I do it because that's the recording money. You know, I've got a big gap in my tooth that needs doing, right? This fell out. But when you're making choices about whether you got the money for an album or your teeth, you know, I'm opting for the album. I'm constantly improvising, yeah? And I'm not going there thinking, worried about, how's the tune start? I'm not thinking that. I'm getting one note on the saxophone and I'm working it from there. I know, you know, kind of how the tunes are. But I just improvising all the time, and I think that's a great thing for me to learn to become a better musician, a better sax player, a better improviser. I try and just let things come out. You know, when I'm playing my guitar, I'll suddenly get a line, and like with this particular song, I got this line, you know, living on a shoestring, and I thought, oh yeah, well, that's me. And in the studio, it didn't seem to work so well, and you know, Butsy, the co-producer, etc., yeah, arranger, he came up with a different rhythm. And the next thing, I'm recording this song with the guitar and I'm singing the lines, and I'm more than happy with it now. Living on a shoestring, living on a shoestring, living on a shoestring, just trying to get by. If you're going to do music, you've got to see it as a job, and somewhere along the line, right, you're going to have to prove to yourself that you can live off playing music. You do get occasionally the odd person, right, who might go by with a finger in their ear, right? You might get some young guy who comes up and puts 1p in your case because he thinks he's making a statement. There's all sorts of things, you know, and if I see some kind of miserable sod going by, yeah, I'll do, you know, don't worry, be happy, and I'll follow them. Or something like that, you know. Be happy. It's got to be fun, you know, it's got to be the joy, you know, and for all life's toughness, you know, there's still a romance in it, you know. A lot of people would think, oh my God, I couldn't live like you. And obviously if they saw my van, they probably couldn't live in that either. But, you know, the fact is, it's a very joyous life. And my joy, when I go out on the street, is the public's joy. Do you know what I mean?
I'm in London, talk about it.
Well, there you are. What's happening in London? And I've been there for ages.
God, they're just making it so difficult, you know, for anybody that is on the streets. You know, they're putting the spikes up so you can't sleep on the street at night.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, and then they're regulating everything, so it's harder and harder. You know,
They're
everything you've got to
regulating
have licenses for everything.
To
you
play.
know? Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit difficult because there's a lot of people who are doing it now because the pubs are closed. A lot of pubs are closing down. The natural ground where people used to play, is going, and so more and more people are coming on the street. So because of that, more shopkeepers, some of them complain because some of them play all day, and I think it causes problems. If there's a reason why councils are moving towards the idea of regulation, it's probably because a shopkeeper is going to have it in their ears all day. It's not wanted. It is all about the music, but I couldn't survive if I didn't have those democratic donations, as I call them in my case, Thank you. It's a wonderful thing to do, Busking. Street entertainment, you can't qualify it. It's just a fantastic thing to do. And to travel with it across borders and different languages, it's just amazing. I mean, I did that for 2.5 year thing with Busking in Europe. I came back with 10p in my pocket, and you couldn't buy a holiday like it. Would I recommend my lifestyle to anybody? You really got to love it to live it. I mean, I think it's very tough. There are no riches on the street, it's just rags. If you love it, I'd recommend it. That's the only way to learn. I suppose the next stage really for me really would be to finish my album and carry on playing on the street, definitely. Would recommend it to someone else? Yeah, why not? Take a risk. Have some fun. Go and have a life. Sod the authorities.
People have problems, life getting tough. Things that are happening good enough. You got no cash and you gon' bust.